Today is Saturday, March 28th, and we have had a new update for Crimson Desert. What's going on out there, everybody? Thank you for joining me here. This is Marquez, and welcome to GameOut Gaming. Like I was saying, we got a Crimson Desert update, and I am highly excited to go ahead and dive into this and see what we got going on. We just had an update, I believe it was just less than a week ago for Crimson Desert, and it brought a plethora of things. So let's go ahead and dive into this and see what we got going on with this update. Before we do though, make sure you guys hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with the latest news, tips, tricks, information, everything we have here at GameOut Gaming for Crimson Desert, and hit that notification bell so you can catch that gameplay so you know when I'm on. Let's get it. All right, so fellow Greymains, here are the fixes and improvements that have been added this patch. Major updates: this patch adds 5 summonable mounts, decreased loading times for fast travel and revival, and some changes to controls as part of our ongoing efforts to improve the game's controls. All right, now I'm excited about these 5 mounts. See what they got. Now, update schedule. The patch 1.01.00 will become available on PlayStation, Xbox, Epic Game Store, and Mac at a later time. Please check back to this notice. We'll provide you with updates when all the patches for each platform become available. All right, so for the content, they've added again 5 new mounts that can be obtained and summoned after completing certain conditions. They do have the mounts here. To prevent spoiler, mounts have been listed in the drop-down menu below. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over these mounts. Warning: if you do not wish to see what these mounts are, go ahead and fast forward the video. If you don't want the spoiler, go ahead and fast forward the video. I'll give you a quick second. All right. Now the mounts are, we have legendary animals: white bear, silver fang, snow white deer. I need to see what this silver fang is, but the white bear, hey, this sounds nice. Boss mounts: rock tusks, warthog, icicle edge, alpine ibex. I'm not sure what none of that is, so that's all new to me right now. The people of Pywell are not afraid of tamed animals, so feel free to travel through towers with these mounts. If you already caught any of the legendary animals before this patch, you will retroactively receive the corresponding reward in the extra rewards list when you get into the game. So there's going to be something added to your list once you get into the game if you've already obtained any of these animals prior to this update. They've added chests containing various materials throughout Pywell. Added the refinement coin item. With this item, equipment can be tempered up to stage 4 without consuming any additional materials. Refinement coils colors can be obtained from certain main and faction quests. Added a mail now function, which allows food and items to be cooked, crafted immediately in the cooking crafting menu once a recipe is selected, without having to separately select ingredients. Added a stone all selected items function to move all items from the inventory to your private storage. Those are the buttons right there. Moved the private storage chest in Howling Hill Camp, previously located behind Carl, to inside Cliff's tent. Added wholesale grocery shop NPCs to regional farms in Pywell, and accordingly adjusted the quantity of certain knowledge entries. Improved shop item knowledge acquisition, so the knowledge for all items sold in shops can now be learned at once, with the learning time set to 3 seconds. I think that means, so when you're opening, like if you go to the store, you'll notice there's a question mark by some of those items. You can learn each one of those all at once instead of going through them one by one. Believe that's what that means. Improved lock door so that an interaction button is displayed, allowing players to choose whether to use a key to open the door. Now that's nice. Now that is nice, because sometimes I didn't know that a door was a locked door, and I'm just going around trying stuff. And I'm using my keys on doors that I'm not even knowing that it's locked, and it's like something I don't even want to. If I knew it was a locked door, I wouldn't have used the key. You know, it's a real small room. Improved pets so that they do not stray excessively far away during combat. Fixed an issue where pets in certain situations were unable to loot during combat. Improved wells so that 5 units of water can be obtained at a time. Improved the mining knuckle drill so that items obtained from drilling can be collected immediately. Improved the what's that? Diminishing chainsaw, however you pronounce that. Improve the chainsaw item so that lumber from felled trees can be collected immediately. Change the crafting materials for the Cuckoo Watcher pack. Improved abyss cells dropped from destroying disappearing rocks so that they can now be placed into the cuckoo pot. Improve the knowledge helm so that all obtainable knowledge visible on the screen can be acquired at once. Slightly increase the treasure direction range of the Pirate King hat. I just move that up a little bit. Additional inventory expansion items obtained after reaching the maximum inventory expansion limit, which is 240 slots, will now be granted as boxes containing crafting materials and other items. Made the Abyss more convenient to play. Reduce the chances of pickpockets running into houses while fleeing. Increase the maximum camera distance in photo mode. Added a field of view adjustment feature and a camera shutter sound effect. As part of ongoing visual improvements, replaced select 2D visual assets to better align with the game's art direction. Fixed an issue where resting or waiting beds, campfires, or similar objects were unavailable. Fixed an issue where Damien and what's that? How do you pronounce that? Orgia would become invisible under certain circumstances. Fixed an issue where money deposited in the bank could disappear when interest was refreshed under certain circumstances. Changed sealable items so that when they become lost, sealed items will become sealed, and items that cannot be sealed are registered as lost items. Improve the system so that leaving out a sealable item and then saving and reloading the game triggers either a sealed or lost item notification. Charged criminal acts to not decrease contribution before an NPC witnesses the act. Change the functionality of an item. Now, to prevent spoilers, the changes are listed in the drop-down menu below. Again, warning, this is saying about spoilers. If you do not wish to be spoiled on any content, go ahead and fast forward. Go ahead and fast forward. All right, here we go. We got to go ahead and see what that is. Change the functionality of the Master's Dues Cricket item. I haven't gotten that, so I don't know what that is, but they changed the functionality of it. Once equipped, pressing the item use prompt keys will immediately fire projectiles. Now for controls in combat, I know this is what I'm interested in seeing. Improved movement controls for both the player character and horse. Movement speed increases by holding down the running key. Movement speed increases by tapping the running key once. Movement speed for the player character and horse will no longer decrease even if the running keys is not held continuously. Please note that maintaining the full sprint state will still require periods input of the sprint button. They've improved the usability of flight, reduced flight stamina consumption. Man, the stamina consumption on the flight is tremendous. And I've upgraded my stamina. I'm still in the beginning. Still think I'm like at what, maybe 40 hours into the game. And so I've upgraded the stamina quite a bit, a few times, and it still seemed like it's doing nothing. So I'm glad to see that. All right. Reduce flight stamina consumption. Fix the issue where the character briefly stops for a moment before moving with flight. Improve flight so that equipment can be used while flying. Improved an issue where flight would not activate in certain situations. Change the mechanics of aerial stab because there was an unintended issue that allowed the skill to be used repeatedly in midair. Aerial stab was adjusted so that it can still be used as a fun movement mechanic without disrupting overall game balance. Improve the animation for aerial stab. Change aerial stab so that the stamina required for the skill increases with each consecutive use. Fixed an issue where aerial stab would not activate when Cliff had a different main weapon other than a one-handed sword equipped. The stamina requirements for aerial maneuvers and aerial swings have been reduced. Improved the interaction range to make interacting with NPCs more convenient. Thank you. Because I got to get in a certain position when I need to talk to somebody or try to shop at one of the shops. It seems like you got to get right in front of them or at an angle or somewhere where it's like, it's kind of weird. Improve the player character's turning responsiveness during short distance movements. Keyboard mouse fixed an issue where the blinding flash and spinning slash skill would be interrupted when continuously being inputted under certain conditions. Keyboard/mouse improved so that items can be sold by double-clicking them in shops. Improved so that items can be sold by double-clicking them in shops. Okay. Added weak point indicator effects for each element. Adjusted certain bosses and enemies so they do not attack immediately after the player character dies and revives. Yep. Fixed an issue where Meteor Kit could be cast in midair even when there was no reachable ground. Added an aim key guide for tool type items. Changed weapons so that they can now be drawn using the unsheathed weapon key, and improve the UI so that this key guide is displayed during combat. Now, fixed an issue where the stun gauge would sometimes reset instantly when a boss using a mount fell off it. Changed small and medium stone back crabs so fall backwards when hit by the force palm ability. So again, let's get that again. Changed small and medium stoneback crabs to fall backwards when hit by the force palm ability. Now for the keyboard and mouse, improved inventory usability as follows. All right, they've changed selecting and using items from mouse hover to mouse click. Left click to select items in the inventory, right click or double click to use items. Reduced stamina consumption while sprinting and using crow wings. They fixed an issue where the knockback range of focus repulsion was abnormally large. Made an adjustment so that the wheels of Desert Martyr Rustin can no longer be destroyed from beyond a certain distance. Fixed an issue where roll and evade cannot be performed while using focus skills. That's good. While you're focused, now you can roll, I believe, or dodge out. Keyboard, mouse, they added a precision control feature for Axiom Force. Holding Q or the mouse back button while moving the mouse now allows objects to be moved more precisely. Improved objects so that they are easier to interact with. Improve the UI to display a guide message when attempting to draw a weapon in locations or states where weapons cannot be drawn. Now, for the quest, improve the transition into the liberation sequence so it feels less abrupt while liberating a location. Fixed an issue in the prologue quest, New Journey, where progression could be blocked if the player throws an object at Sebastian to attack him. Fixed an issue in the Chapter 2 quest, Missing Companion, where the delivery target sometimes disappeared during the quest. Fixed an issue in the Chapter 3 quest, Dance with the Devil, where destroying the totems would occasionally not reduce the totem count. Added additional guide prompts where guidance was previously lacking. Now for the UI fixes and improvements, they've added a feature that allows the minimap to be fixed with the north at the top. The end gonna be north, facing the top. Added information in the skills. Added information in the skills menu showing stat increases for the next skill level. That's nice. Added cores. Oh, it looks real small to me. It looks like cores. Added icons on the mini map to indicate the location of keys and anvils. Improved the notifications menu to allow checking quests, challenges, progress, accepted, completed, updated, reward information and time details. Now, the maximum number of stored notifications has also been increased to 2,000. They've added an icon to the journal menu to indicate new quests. They've improved the minimap so that faction facilities are displayed when the particular faction liberation gauge is shown. Improve the overall main screen notification, including how long they are displayed and when they disappear. Improve the cooking crafting menu so that recipes of the same type, feeling satisfying, hearty, are displayed as a simple group. Improve the duo game so that a key guide for peeking is displayed for during gameplay. Remove the whiteout effect during the retry loading sequence after death. Improve the knowledge menu UI so that both main categories and subcategories can be viewed at once. Change the key guide UI image for PlayStation controllers, the L3, R3 buttons, and Xbox controllers, LS and RS buttons. All right, they changed the inventory UI so that when using pouch type items, use all is the option selected by default. Improve the text color of UI description to appear brighter. For the graphics and settings, they've improved rendering stability and visual quality in low resolution environments or when upscaling is enabled. Improved the rendering of translucent materials such as hair, fur, and clothing when FSR or RR, all that right there is enabled. PlayStation 5, they've added a fixed 4K output option to provide a sharper gameplay experience. That's gonna be a nice quality right there. When this option is enabled, the game will output at 4K resolution regardless of whether the display natively supports 4K, allowing for a sharper image. On the base PlayStation 5 in performance mode, enabling this option will allow you to upscale with FSR. This option is enabled by default and can be disabled. Now, when disabled, the game will output according to the maximum resolution supported by the monitor. Fixed an issue where screen noise would increase during long gameplay sessions. They fixed an issue where displacement mapping was not applied correctly when DLSS-RR was enabled. In addition, the DLSS-RR preset has been changed from D to E, improving overall visual quality and fixing an issue where texture animation, such as waterfalls, could stop playing. Now for performance, stability, and gameplay. Loading times have been reduced when traveling via abyss traces and when respawning after death. Fixed several stability, performance, optimization, and crash issues across PC, console, and Mac. Fixed an issue where frame does occur excuse me, frame drops occurred during the battle against Crowcaller. Now, the localization, they fixed a UI issue where the current quest objective could incorrectly display certain item descriptions instead. Fix various localization errors and improve localization quality across all languages. For the others, they've added sound effects when certain animals eat meat. So now you will hear them eat. Other fixes, they fixed an issue where certain interactions would not function when enhancing some tools. Fixed an issue in the Twisted Thicketway Abyss where the Skybridge gate could be opened without restoring the adjacent abyss. I haven't done any of the abyss. I think I've only done one. So I haven't done any of those to experience what that is. But again, the game is massive. Improved cows not properly following during herding. Fixed an issue where greeting others while having a low bounty could trigger a crime. Fixed an issue where using nature's snare affected nearby NPCs. Fixed an issue where housing mode would close when pressing the drag button outdoors. Fixed an issue where falling onto shallow water could occasionally cause the character to dive to an abnormal location. They fixed an issue where the effect of the energy drain abyss gear would not activate. Fixed an issue where unintended functionality was applied to the constellation helm. Fixed an issue where movement speed would briefly decrease before initiating glide. Fixed an issue where items would be put away when changing equipment via quick slot while equipment was already drawn. Fixed an issue where bow aiming was not possible in certain situations. Fixed an issue where using blinding flash finisher at the edge of a cliff would launch the character far away. Fixed an issue where some UI elements would overlap when displaying at the same time under certain circumstances. And they fixed an issue where attacking NPCs with trees was not considered a crime. Fix various other in-game issues, and for known issues, please check the notice below. So they have done a plethora, this has been a massive update. Just like last update, it was quite enormous, and they've addressed it quite a few issues and made some adjustments. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if this have stated that, I can't recall that, is like the collision, like when you're walking in by NPCs, mainly when you're in the cities. It can be anywhere, but when I'm on horseback and I walk close to an NPC, I'd be nowhere near bumping into them, but it acts as if I'm colliding with them. So, and then yeah, so that right there, I don't know if that was fixed, but let's see. For the known issues, please check below. Crimson Desert known issues. Let's see. Below is a list of key issues currently occurring in Crimson Desert that may be affecting gameplay or the overall user experience. Our team is actively investigating these issues and working to resolve them. If you are encountering an issue not listed in this notice, please follow the link below to access troubleshooting information and or to submit a report. All right, let's see. Please be aware of the known issues. I wanted to see if it was quite a few. The use option for the talisman of the 5 new mounts is shown as being available for Damien and Onka. Instead of disappearing, Black Star remains flying in place after death. Black Star will disappear normally once the available mount usage time is used up. The ATAG is not destroyed once its health reaches 0. Under specific conditions, the player character's state changes abnormally. Again, guys, these are known issues that they know about the game and are working on. Wanted criminals that have been captured cannot be turned in while the player character is also in a wanted state. Let me see. Well, before I continue, because I also know wanted criminals that if you how do I say this? If you have a criminal that's wanted, so I'll be out just fighting the NPCs. One of them will start running. I'm assuming when they run, it's a wanted criminal, so I'll start chasing. It'll give me the tackle symbol. I'll tackle. I'll do everything that's normal in order to take them to Pywell. Once I secure them, put them on my horse, it doesn't give me the prompt to take them back firstly, so I have to go ahead and manually do that. But once I take them back to the guards where you turn them in, it does nothing. It has no effect. It doesn't like signify, doesn't prompt into the animation like I'm giving them the prisoner. So I don't know if that's a known issue, but that's an issue that I know has been happening. What I have to do, I have to know who that character is, go to the bounty and activate it. Once I activate it, then I can turn it in. I know that as a fix. But if I just have them captured without having that as the main mission that I'm doing, capturing that person, it will not continue. I just throw them at the guard's feet. So if an NPC's trust was increased during the prologue, that NPC's trust value may reset to its prologue value in certain situations. ROG Xbox Ally X, we have identified an issue where Crimson Desert is not launching properly on this platform right here, ROG Xbox Ally X, running on the latest driver version. Microsoft and AMD are currently looking into the issue. Until the issue is resolved, we recommend installing and using the driver version immediately prior to the latest one, available on the ASUS website. They give you the latest drivers right here. Now, an issue has been identified where the cloud cart cannot be summoned. An issue has been identified where in certain situations, some knowledge can only be acquired after performing observation twice. Xbox, an issue has been identified where the fishing reel in function does not work properly when the invert right stick Y-axis setting is enabled in the device's setting. Please note that if you disable this feature, the reel in function will work normally. During the defend advance quest, retrieving or abandoning the ultimate weapon fight when Black Star's health is depleted causes Black Star's health to not fully recover. Attempting to steal fruit at the back of a stall results in the character becoming unresponsive to controls. It's quite a bit of known issues. When receiving damage while holding a tree, the character can become stuck to the tree. During the Gregor, the Halbeard of Kamaj boss fight, if surrounding objects are destroyed at the same time the character dies, the character cannot revive and progress. Under certain conditions, applied settings are not saved after restoring settings. While progressing through some quests, the next objective is not automatically tracked. And when using FSR4, upscaling an issue occurs in raining environments where rain disappears or the screen becomes blurry or distorted. I also know that when I'm on PlayStation 5, every time I log in, I still have to do my settings. I have to do my my brightness, my HDR. You know, every setting that I fix for the game is set to default. So that I thought was addressed with the last update, but I'm still having those issues. So now for solved, we are currently investigating an issue where Steam pre-order purchases are unable to claim their pre-order bonus and deluxe pack items. PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro, an issue where using the map menu sometimes results in crashes. Same thing, PlayStation 5 Pro, PlayStation 5. An issue has been identified where when switching from another character to Cliff, Certain actors and interactions do not function properly. If you save the game at the moment the issue occurs and then load that save file or restart the game, gameplay should return to normal. An issue has been identified where the game cannot be launched properly on Xbox, ROG Ally, and Xbox PC. In certain situations, the abyss can be seen from the world below, resulting in slight drops in frame rate. We are currently investigating an issue where collector's edition Steam edition pre-orders purchasers are unable to claim their ultimate pack items. So if you purchase those, you're unable to collect it. They are still investigating an issue in regards to that. And an issue has been identified where if your investment returns are negative while you have no gold bars deposited in the bank, your total balance becomes zero. Until this issue is fixed, we recommend not using the bank's investment feature. If your deposited amount is less than 500 silver, 1 gold bar, we apologize for the inconvenience caused. There is an issue where after using the Vault feature twice, it is no longer possible to reset, to rest. I said Vault, the wait feature. All right. There is an issue where after using the wait feature twice, it is no longer possible to reset or wait using beds or campfires. An issue has been identified where Anka becomes invisible under certain conditions. If this occurs, you can resolve it by switching back to Cliff via ring menu or by saving and reloading. Yep, so those are the known issues and everything that they're doing to go ahead and solve and what you can do to fix these issues that you're having if they have a fix for them. But again, those are the patch notes for Crimson Desert. And again, it has been quite lengthy. Just like last patch notes and update, they brought quite a few things. So I'm glad to see this game progressing because I'm enjoying and having a lot of fun. And I'm pretty sure that most of you guys are as well. But make sure you guys hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep you updated with the latest news, tips, tricks, information, everything we have here at GameOut Gaming from Crimson Desert. Once I know, you guys will know. So go ahead and hit that notification bell so we can go ahead and be on the same page. All right, y'all. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And until next time, y'all, game out.